Your PS5 is about to get even better. Get these PS5 upgrades now. And let's talk about this new state of play.
Wow, what's up with that state of play?
I just charged up to intro this. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to PSReady. As Ray just said, the state of play, not great.
What's going on, man?
That was terrible. I'm just going to be real. I'm sure, dude, there's like these months where we get the PS Plus games, and I'm like, seems pretty good. And then all the comments are like, this is the worst PS Plus month ever. And I really hope that doesn't happen with this state of play. But I think largely that was a bad state of play.
Yeah, I mean, gosh. Okay, let's go in order here.
Yeah.
PSVR 2, what they showed off. The more scary games that they can do for PSVR 2, yes. I think they need to do more of that and less of like the space shooty freaking telekinesis games.
This is all you need to do, right? Me and Royce were talking about this, the editor of some of these videos. You take a forest, you make a clearing, you put a campfire in the middle, you give me a gun, and then zombies coming at you from every angle. That's the best VR game of all time. And then you can upgrade your little fort. That's all I need. The coolest game was the one where the guy had force powers and a gun, and it looked like a computer hacky game. Like,
yeah, I mean,
that was.
But I feel like we've seen like 6 different versions of that. Yeah, honestly,
I've played a lot of VR games. I have an Oculus Quest 2. I had a Quest 1 at launch. My favorite game was Pavlov VR because it was just like Counter-Strike, but VR. The best games are like Half-Life Alyx, which was rumored to be at this event. Stuff like Boneworks, which was also rumored to be here. Bone Labs, which was also rumored to be here. Where the hell are those games? I also was like, where's the Metal Gear Solid stuff that's been leaked for months now? And then right before this, Konami had a big leak that said they're going to have a big E3 with Metal Gear, Castlevania, and Silent Hill. Where's the shadow drops? Like, there's so much that Sony didn't do here.
Yeah,
it's just crazy.
And then Resident Evil coming to VR, that'll be fun. And then that one, you're in the jungle and you're crafting, and then a freaking tiger pops out of you. That could be cool.
Yeah, the game's from like 2013, I want to say 2014, 2015. Or it's not that new.
Yeah, and I did see it was compatible with PSVR 1, so I was like, this game must be home. For a hot sec, I was like, oh, Naruto connections, holy crap, because the fandom, I know you're not privy to the anime stuff, but the fandom thought that could be a new entry into the Ultimate Ninja Storm franchise. But it turns out it's just a collection.
Just a mega collection.
First 4 games, except the most recent one, it looks like, because the Generations, it wasn't shown up as part of the montage. So I was like, oh, it's just like a collection of Ultimate Ninja Storm 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay. Resident Evil 4, that looked pretty good. They showed a lot of stuff they haven't shown yet. They actually showed a lot of stuff from towards the end of the game at the military island, because people were kind of wondering if the military base island is going to be in the game. Looks like it definitely is. And they kept the wackiness of the original Resident Evil 4. Like the minecart stuff. Luis looks like he gets a lot more dialogue. I do like Ashley's new voice actor and character model. She seems more like a person and less like an annoying person that follows you around. I don't know, annoying little kid. She seems like she actually can do stuff. There are a lot of indie games. They had a nice PS Plus trailer. They showed off Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection coming to PS Plus Extra. That's great. Battlefield 2042. I've heard that game's gotten some good patches. That's going to be an essential game.
Chia coming to PS Plus.
Yeah, it looked okay. Not for me.
Not for me. What about that game, like the Tumblr characters come to life, like the DeviantArt, like dinosaur high school chicks in a band being like,
those developers,
how are we gonna go on?
They gotta feel
not
upset
being in high school
after Hi-Fi Rush, dude. Like, not that they're the same kind of game, right? It's just like funny that it's like a cell shaded type of game that's just been upstaged by Xbox, which that's kind of crazy. Then we get the 15 minutes at the end. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Before that, Street Fighter.
Okay. I'm excited.
Cammy looking fine as hell. I'm just going to say it. Come out and say it for all my brothers. We were all thinking it.
I went to get my Chick-fil-A during that trailer, so I didn't see it.
They had her do the stretch. We knew what they were doing.
I'm excited that the game has a story mode where you can learn, because that's always the biggest hurdle for me with fighting games, is actually just learning how to play them. Street Fighter 6 is coming out in June. That's probably going to be pretty good. And then we got the awesome Destiny Lightfall trailer where the Traveler turned into the Death Star for a second. I saw some ghosts getting cut in half. I don't know what's going on in this story, but I'm excited to play it.
It was like the Traveler was like, there was that moment where it split apart into like a bunch of different parts, but took on the voice of like, I guess, the antagonist of that.
The Witness is the guy with the big smoke head. He's like the main antagonist.
That was a crazy design.
He's crazy. He looks like a Pixar character. They had a lot of dog fights, which, you know, would be cool if you could fly your ship in Destiny. That's just like a cutscene, but this new subclass Strand looks awesome. It's going to give you a grappling hook. Pretty excited about that. This video is brought to you by Manscaped.com. Manscaped hooked me up with a ton of stuff from their Performance 4.0 package. Let's check it out. This is Manscaped's Lawnmower 4.0. It's a 4th generation electric waterproof trimmer with advanced skin-safe technology, which, you know, reduces nicks and cuts on the most sensitive regions of the body. It also has a super smart cordless charging system and these LED lights on the front to show you how much juice you have. And if you don't want it to turn on in your bag when you're going on a trip, it has a smart travel lock feature. All you have to do to engage the travel lock or disengage it is rapid click the button 3 times. There's 2 other products I never knew I needed until now included in this Performance 4.0 package. They're the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and the Crop Reviver Toner Spray. And with their Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, Manscaped really has you covered from head to toe. It's a wireless trimmer that has the same skin-safe technology as the lawnmower. Go to manscaped.com today and get 20% off plus free international shipping, in addition to 2 free gifts when you use the promo code PSReady at checkout. Big shout out to Manscaped for sponsoring this video. And then we got a new live service game, which really just threw into question why Gotham Knights was even made, to me personally. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. This is going to be like a full-on live service looter game.
Okay, let's start with the positive stuff. So from a comic book standpoint and knowing these characters, like Harley Quinn, like King Shark, you know, it's like, if you were to tell me that them flying around the map like Spider-Man was going to be a core game mechanic, I'd be like, that's goofy. I think it looks a little cooler and more fun seeing it in action. Yeah. But there's just so much about this game that like turns me off a little bit. I'm sick of seeing these games with menus that look like that. Like menus with the gear. It's like color coded, like menu for rarity, and has like a bunch of numbers that mean nothing to me. Has like the battle pass, like what we learned. Oh, gee, another battle pass. Great.
Yeah,
perfect.
They were like, it's only cosmetics.
I was like, who can, then why put it in the game in the first place?
The game director of Sunset Overdrive is like the leader of development on this, I think, or at least the gameplay. You can see that in there. And I think the shooting looked really cool. You're right, though, about like seeing characters jumping and flying around like that. Harley Quinn being Spider-Man didn't really work for me, but seeing like Deathstroke or Captain Boomerang flying around, that kind of worked a little bit more. I think there's a huge missed opportunity here. I hope they do DLC characters. I want Peacemaker in this game. All right, now that that's out of the way, let's talk about some accessory deals that we've got going on for the PlayStation 5, because boy, am I excited to talk about my favorite SSD, the Samsung 980 Pro. Ray, do you have one of these?
This guy. No, I don't have one of these.
I technically brought it with me because it's in this PS5, my little baby, my Samsung 980 Pro. It's on sale right now at Best Buy, $160.
Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. 160 for how big is the?
2 terabytes.
2?
Yeah, that's like a really good deal, actually. And these are really fast SSDs, which is great because if you decide you want to get a PC down the line, or you have a laptop and you need a quick SSD, or you get a new SSD and you want to get an enclosure for it and make it an external drive, it's a really fast drive. So you can put a bunch of stuff on it. It'll transfer fast. This is totally an acceptable drive to edit on.
I've seen you do the installation before, but
super simple.
How? Super simple, but you're a guy who's done this a few times. But like, if old Ray was to try it out here, who is like not so good at that kind of stuff, not super handy, what is the probability that I would mess it up? What you say?
Like zero. Like literally zero. It is so simple. You pop the side off of your plate. That's the hardest part. Honestly, it scares me every time. I live in fear of it. It feels like you're breaking the PlayStation, but these plates are like super thick plastic and they will not break. So you pop off the side plate, you unscrew the little cap. You'll see it right there. It's like the first thing you see. You just got to make sure you do the right side. You unscrew the little cap over the port. You unscrew the screw that holds in the drive. You slide in the drive, screw it down, screw in the cap, turn on your PS5. It'll go, hey man, you just installed an SSD. I'm going to format it for you. And you go, okay. And then you're good to go. That's literally it. And then just
You don't
make
have
sure
to format it before you put it in the
no,
PlayStation? It'll do it
PS5
for
does
you.
it, yeah. Just make sure you have one with the heatsink, like the Samsung 980 Pro with heatsink, linked into the description at Best Buy. And also, I would go into your settings and make sure you set it as the default, especially if you have a 2 terabyte. And also, you can set it as the default recording location for screen recording, so you don't fill up your 680 gigabytes of onboard storage. But yeah, if you set it as the default whenever you download a new game or pop in a disc, it'll make that the default drive.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
2 terabytes. I mean, a lot of stuff coming up for sure. That is like massive in size.
So you can also get the 1 terabyte for $50 less at $110, but at that point, just buy the 2 terabyte. Like, spend the extra $50 because you're getting 2 times the storage for $50 more. That's a great value. And also, I've heard that the 990 Pro has problems, so if you're holding out for that, I don't think it's worth it right now. I've noticed so many comments from people saying they ended up having to return their 990 Pros after picking those up for full price. So save money, get a more reliable drive, get it while it's on sale. Samsung 980 Pro. Samsung, sponsor the channel again. I'm sure you guys might have noticed, I don't know where the camera is adjusted, but I've had my DualSense Edge sitting here on my lap for the whole portion of this video. I'm going to take it out. I'm going to show you how well loved it is. I have put hours and hours into this bad boy. I'm using the classic sticks. I'm using the profiles for Dead Space. I'm playing Resident Evil 2. I'm playing Atomic Heart. I'm playing Need for Speed Unbound. Gran Turismo 7. This thing is holding up like a champ. It gets the durability seal of approval from Jim. And it's also available at Best Buy now. You can get it not on the PlayStation Direct store.
Hell yeah. I mean, this is perfect timing because my brother's birthday is right around the corner. And I was going to pick him up one of these bad boys right here. And now I'm like, well, good thing I waited.
I think it's worth picking up, especially if you can just go to the store and buy it. And also, while we're doing this extended free ad for Best Buy, the PlayStation 5 bundle with God of War Ragnarok is available now. Get the best game of 2022. Not Elden Ring. God of War Ragnarok.
Called, and they want to have a word with you, brother. We were there at the Game Awards, brother, when that guy came on and talked about Bill Clinton.
That was awesome. You get a controller, you get the PS5 disc edition, and a digital download code for the game.
Who cares?
What?
I don't get the big deal about digital versus... I mean, I just don't.
You don't want the disc?
I don't get the... No, I don't care. I don't hold on to the discs. Like, they end up somewhere, like, in my freaking parents' house, like, collecting dust.
They look so good on my shelf, dude.
I don't have a shelf. I don't have
re-release of The Last of Us Part 2 that's heavily rumored. I'm going to buy that disc again, and I'm going to play it on my PlayStation 5.
I haven't gotten a physical disc since I went and bought Assassin's Creed Odyssey at freaking GameStop for $8 before it came to Game Pass, so I could talk about the next gen update.
All I'm saying is, it
not
sounds
Odyssey,
like
Origins. Sorry, I got a lot of flack for that. It was Origins, not Odyssey. Sorry,
people hate Odyssey. All I'm saying is, it sounds like Ray needs a Samsung 980 Pro for his PS5 with all these games he's downloading.
Well, you gotta have you gotta download them anyway when you have the disc. So it's like, what's the freaking point? I get it. I know people are gonna be jumping down my throat in the comments, but me personally, I don't give a damn as long as I'm playing the game and that's it. My discs, I just I don't hold on to them. I really don't. And if I have to rebuy the game 20 years down the line, like, I'll rebuy the game. Like, who cares?
The disc has value to boomers like me who still buy 4K Blu-rays. All right, now we got to talk about patches, because the PS5 has been getting patched and patched and patched lately. One game that just got a patch that people have, I guess, been begging for is Assassin's Creed Syndicate, the London set Assassin's Creed game, the sequel to Assassin's Creed Unity.
Yeah, that's the one with the siblings in it.
Yeah, it was having like major flickering issues and like texture popping out of existence problems for the entire 2 years that the PS5 has been out. So Ubisoft finally took it upon themselves to fix that error, which is great. So if you've been trying to play Syndicate, you can get that update now and the game will work. This game was definitely also on PS Plus multiple times, so I'm sure everyone probably has it at this point. But the big patch that I think you're going to want to hear about, 1.7 update for Cyberpunk, baby.
I don't want to know what's coming, baby.
You're getting the revamped police system. You're getting car combat. You're getting a melee overhaul and other technical and gameplay improvements just in time for Phantom Liberty. What do you think about this?
I've only played through Cyberpunk 1.5 times. I played through it all when Edge Runners came out last year, and I ran a melee build. I ran around and I was punching the absolute crap out of people. I had the freaking gorilla arms, and by the end I had that shovel that was like just dealt it was like the best melee weapon in the game, and I was just beating the crap crap out of people with a shovel and the Sandevistan. I'm interested to see like the specifics of what improved melee combat. Like, are they adding in like special like kill cam animations or like different critical hit kind of like. So yeah, I'm interested in improved melee combat, whatever that means, because that was honestly like super freaking funny. Like, people are shooting at you with these crazy guns and weapons, and I just run up to them and punch them in the face. And I also had like the ability that ragdolls people like on certain hits. So I would literally just like punch people and they're like, ooh, they'd fly and they'd be stunned and I'd go done, on to the next one. So
I got the SMG Fenrir super early in that. Used that the entire game. Upgraded it whenever I could.
Interested in car combat as well, because cars in that game, I'm kind of like, you know, whatever. It gets me from point A to point B, and it was nice like having the freaking like Cholo lowrider, freaking super long one that you and like, and the different motorcycles and stuff. But yeah, not a lot.
Car combat.
They didn't add too much to the actual experience, I would say, the vehicles.
The reason they're adding it is because it was in all the trailers, and people were like, where is that? Like, what's going on? And the police overhaul is going to be good, because right now they spawn like a block around the corner and then drive at you. So
yeah, the police were like, again, a non-factor in my playthrough. Like, so many of these elements that were promised to us, it was like they didn't go as deep as I feel like people were expecting them to, or they should have. And the police were non-factor 100% of the time. I didn't do anything crazy, I guess, in my playthrough in order to like get a huge wanted level or anything like that, but interested to see what they do.